How long does alcohol detox and alcohol rehab last? Detox, fortunately, is a relatively short period for alcohol. Most people get through the worst of it after about 24 hours after abstaining, but it's important though during this time. It can be dangerous for some people who have been on heavy or frequent alcohol use, and in that situation it's important to go on bridging therapy with Valium or a similar type benzodiazepine class drug. That being said, the actual detox itself, like I said, lasts from 1 to 3 days. For most people, it can last up to a week. So this is the actual detox when a first person is feeling very uncomfortable after they've abstained from their last drink. They can stabilize very quickly and ready for the next step, which would include the beginning of recovery, and this is what is also known as rehab. Not everybody goes into rehab, but it is generally a good idea. The recovery, though, from alcohol rehabilitation can take up to about a year. There's something called post-acute withdrawal syndrome, PAWS, and this is where a person, even though they're not acutely detoxing, they're still not quite 100% right. And what this relates to medically is that there is an imbalance of neurotransmitters that is created during the heavy use, and then it's even more unbalanced during early recovery. And it takes the body time, the brain time to reach equilibrium, like a steady state where there's a normal balance of neurotransmitters. So this is reflected by odd behaviors, irritability, agitation, frustration, anger, outbursts. These things can last up to about a year. So there can be, the good news is that it does get better with time over the 1 year period, but a post-acute withdrawal is a very real thing, as it's differentiated from acute withdrawal, which is what I already discussed, which is the detox process. And it can slowly evaporate with time. It's variable depending on the person. Some people would be 6 months, others a year and a few months, but the general number is approximately 12 months for alcohol. On that note, just an aside note is that with other drugs of abuse like opioids, post-acute withdrawal is even longer at approximately 18 months. So to summarize, the acute recovery from alcohol, the acute withdrawal or detox process lasts from 1 to 3 days for most people. The long-term recovery, though, which is complicated by post-acute withdrawal syndrome, can last in general up to about 12 months. And finally, with opioids and other medications, the post-acute withdrawal can be significantly longer.